Right, so in the last time I streamed, I managed to get to the fourth floor of the labyrinth and got some of the items and briefly went on the fifth floor to pick up an item, so we're getting close to the end at this point. Got a few more items to pick up from floor 4 and then I'll probably move on to the boss areas as well, so hopefully we'll be getting to floor 5 properly in this stream. That's the plan. So level 36, I can't remember if that's any good or not. I don't know whether that's too little or not enough. I guess I'll find out quite soon. Pretty sure I did all my item buying recently. Could probably do with just getting some angel wings just in case. Okay, so getting close to quite end game equipment now. So I'm just gonna buy some angel wings. Pretty sure everyone's healed to the max. Yep. And sort of getting a ridiculous amount of gold now, because once you sort of hit floor 4 it gets a bit silly. So I have whatever that was, 46,000 or something like that. So because I've used up all my mithril now, I've got quite a bit of space, more than I have been recently. So if I do grab any more equipment, which I'm pretty sure is going to happen, I will definitely have space for it, which makes a nice change. I'm gonna have to cough, I'm afraid, which is probably gonna be really annoying. So where possible, I'm gonna try and avoid using magic, but because I haven't got any better weapons for Pyra yet, it's getting a bit difficult for her to hit things at this level. Ooh, that was quite powerful. There's no point in her doing any attacks because she's not strong enough, so I'd rather she healed herself at that point. Silly amounts of experience points at this stage compared to the rest of the game. because Milo's attack is a lot better now as well, he's able to finish off a lot that Pyra gets ready for him. So you can see quite a large difference in the levels. So a hero is level 37 already, and actually Milo's only about 300 experience away, but he is 3 levels behind. A lot of that is down to the fact that he's died so much. Pyra's died a little bit, but not as much as Hero or Milo, but she's sort of in between. Oh, I need to start looking at my map though, because I'm gonna get lost. Right, so I've got to loop around. Okay. I think that's worth blasting, and oh, I never know what to do with these guys. Right, I'll try Bolt, because I don't want to waste a lot of magic. It's done enough for me. Hopefully the blast level 4 will finish the job in regards to them. Yeah, that's plenty of damage. So nearly hitting 100 there. Much needed level up for Milo. The 5 to level 2, which I think is his last spell maybe, or might be Muffle left, level 2. And she's just got Bolt level 3, so getting quite close I think to the end of the magic. So yeah, Burst level 4 is his last one. He's already got whichever one I was thinking of, Screen probably, and D-Soul. It must be Pyra, these level 2 Muffle. Muddle, level 2 Muddle, and level 4 Bolt, which only just got level 3, so that's going to be a while yet. I think her last 2 spells are quite late. I think they're in the mid 40s actually, I think. So she's got a few levels yet. Right, I'm a bit confused about where to go from here. That seems to be dead end, okay. Don't really want to waste a spell, but felt like I should just to get rid of him. $267 and 4,000 EXP. Let's try Bolt level 3, which seems to target multiple groups. Hey, that's pretty good. It's like it'd be enough to take them all out. Yes. Okay, so they're weak against Bolt level 3. Although that was a ridiculous amount of magic used, 20 MP on that one. Alright. Gone down this way in the past. I don't think I checked all of it out. Didn't want to use all my magic straight away. Crab. Oh wow. One turn. I could have used that like a boss rather than that stupid. Yeah. Dead end. Right, this is the second shield. Okay, apparently I didn't go this way before. That's fine. Probably should heal Milo after this battle. Yeah, maybe I'll do it next. Oh, of course, just whack him again after I've just healed him. Heal ring. Interesting. Oh, it's another monster. Hand eater. Yeah, I quite like that one actually. I'll let that one off on that one. I don't really know enough about this, so I'm going to play it fairly safe. I think boost and quick. Speed and defense for everyone else, and hero for attack. Oh, that was easier than I thought. Okay. I was expecting a bit of difficulty, to be honest. I can't remember what these guys are weak against, so I'm going to do that one. They're not strong against it, at least. So that's probably going to do enough to kill them with Blast level 4 as well. Oh dear. It is 11:15 already. Oh, come off it. Right. Never faced against these guys before. We'll try freeze again. Slightly weaker. Right, I know these are Blaze actually. These are Blaze, I'm sure. Ah, sorry, let's go for level 4. Wasn't as much as I thought it was going to do, to be honest. Don't want to waste too much magic, but I'm a bit worried that some of these might not die. Right, let's heal Pyra just in case there's any of those monsters around. Yep. Right, I'm tempted just to hit it this time. Seeing as I killed it in one hit. Yeah, still one turn. Oh, hero, stop going up levels. Everyone else needs the levels, mate. Frost armor. I'm guessing sun armor isn't usable on Milo. Which would have been nice. No. Blessed with power. Typical. You thought you'd get like a one turn battle with no damage. Right, I think this is the way I came. Yeah. Pretty sure this is the way I came. Right. We'll set them to the usual. Ooh, didn't quite kill him. Really need the upgraded whip for Pyra. Milo goes up another level. And Pyra too. one step. Come on, man. Oh, the trogs are strong against ice. Forgot about that. I just wanted to try see how well a freeze level 4 would do against a big group. Now, last time I managed to get 2 critical hits on this. I suspect I'm not going to get so lucky. No. Ah, I got hit by damn spell as well. fast because it's slightly different depending on which way you face, I think. Whether you're facing towards it or away from it when you jump on it. Another one? Right, let's see how this goes. Maybe I should have done a spell with Pyro as well, actually. That was a bit silly of me. Split between two groups. Decided let's go for it. See what this freeze does. Quite a lot of damage. Not quite enough though. Jeez, man. Bum. This is why I probably shouldn't be just using attack when I should really be using something else. Oh, so sure that I was gonna just try and do a D-Soul then. I'm pretty sure these guys have D-Soul as well. It makes sense that they do. Oh. Mini scene. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I think they're quite tough. I don't think they're like weak. These ones. So 2 spells is worth it, I think. I'm running out of MP, aren't I? Right, I think I'm going to have to make a strategic retreat at the end of this battle. I've got the frost armor, which is a good bonus. So tempting. Everyone's like got quite high health at the moment. Oh, okay. We're gonna start doing like these mega blows now, are we? Guess I'll be retreating after all. Oh, it's so tempting just to keep going though. Oh, I haven't got enough money for the spell. Don't know what I was thinking I was doing that. Right, okay. Angel Feather. Safety save, because the console does freeze occasionally, because I am actually playing on console. 6-button controller. Not that you need the 6 buttons, it's just my preferred controller, just in case I play a game with that needs the extra buttons. It looks pretty cool as well. It's pretty good. I prefer this one over the standard 3-button controller. Right, I'm at a point now where I can't really buy anything else, so I've got all this money. So we've got, like, you know, whatever it is. I'm trying to point 86,000 gold, but I haven't got any real use for it now. Unless I find any more Mithril ore. That's pretty much the only other use I'll probably get out of it. I think I've got all the equipment I can buy that's worth buying. So I'm pretty stuck on that front. Trying to find a safe place for my drink, which is not next to the laptop and not in the way of the TV. Can't put it next to the console because the TV unit is too small. Oh, I'm already lost. Just started the map again, I'm already lost. Right, no. Keep going down. Follow the lights. It's pretty easy, isn't it? Follow the lights. Although I'm wondering whether I've missed a chest round here. Right, let's do that. Can't remember if she does enough damage at the moment. I really need that extra whip. Still got the Thorn Whip at the moment, which is quite an early one. You can buy it very early. And it is very helpful for her at the beginning. But she's just so weak now. Come on. Yes. I'm glad you didn't do any actual status effects there. Yes, bolt level 3. Not bad. Oh wow, this is a bit sort of far behind at this point. All free. Steel Whip. That's what I was looking for. Hey, finally. Whole 10. 10? Is it even 10? 5 extra damage? No, it was 10. I'm pretty sure it was 10. Right, I want to test it now. Right, so she usually does about 19. So now she's doing about 22, 23. Way! Still an improvement, I guess. Right, I've been wasting a lot of MP, so I'm gonna have to go back, I think, and heal up again. So what I might try and do is try and find a way to the floor 5 bit if I can. It's not too much hard work. Oh, I'm not even gonna get there, am I? I was hoping to. But hey ho. Might just like bolt level 3 everything. Hope it kills it. Yeah. Bet this last one will not die. Nope, they all died. 3,000 EXP. 3,650. Go for freeze, hope for the best. Yeah, that does the most damage. Wow, they're surprisingly weak. They got quite low HP really, 679, and that killed it. Surprised by that. So she's doing slightly more damage every now and again. The criticals obviously make a bigger difference as well. Oh, days. Right. I'm just using this as a leveling up thing, I think. So let's just whack him with all the magic. Got 100 MP left. That'll do me for a few fights on floor 5, I think. If I can remember how to get up there. So usually she does about 1 damage against these, so it'll be interesting whether she does 2 damage. Nope, still 1. Might be a guaranteed 1 though. Right, hopefully I'm facing north. Yes, but that's probably not the way I'm going, actually. Okay. It's the second one. Does anyone need healing? Not really. Hero. Right. Gone the right way. So my logic is I might as well use this to level up on some floor 5 enemies, because they're not particularly much tougher, especially when a hero gets attacked. He's getting hit by the same amount of damage, really. Significantly more gold and a bit more EXP. I mean, that was 2. And that was what? 2 enemies. And that was 2,500 each. So there was an item here, which I've already got. Oh, okay. Might have to be a bit careful. Area magic. Ooh. Ooh, okay. Yeah, this might be a bit tougher than I thought. Right, burst level 4. I think that's the last one now. At least for Milo. Should have just gone for level 3 really. See, they didn't seem to have very much more HP, if any, than the floor before ones. But I bet you they've probably got a lot more EXP on them. Let's have a look. Okay, not too bad. 2,300 each. Ooh, that was painful. Yeah, that's worth healing for. Ah, especially because he did it again. Oh, that was pants considering. If he didn't do such hard hitting spells, that would have been fine. Right, let's see what Bolt does against these guys. He's a fair amount of damage. Not bad. Okay, I think that's going to be it on that run. Keep thinking I haven't actually equipped the Steel Whip, but it's just because it's not that much difference in attack. It's a shame they don't have any like deals that they can give away as well. Okay, I think I'm going to be moving forward now, seeing if I can get any further along the dungeon. Got a Steel Whip, which is pretty important. Managed to get Hero onto level 40. And I imagine the rest of them are not far behind. 50,000, 41,000. Which is only about 8 to 10 battles, really. Less than a bigger group. Wrong button. Right. I would get like a split group right from the beginning, wouldn't I? Tempted to try burst level 4, let's have a go with it. Oh, they're not very good against those armor things at all. Right, they're just pants against those armor things, any magic spell. Yeah, that's right. Go along here some more. Then up. Oh, how frustrating is it? Do I do a spell or not? I feel like I really should save it. of anything, I might need it for healing. But his blast is just so convenient because it's quite a low MP cost for such a good spell. Tends to do the job. Have I gone the wrong way? Yeah, I'm going in a totally different direction this time. Right, no point doing spells with these guys. Not particularly strong actually. I'm at 65 damage at this stage. Shouldn't be killing things really, should it? But I got that magic defense, I suppose, that makes them a little bit more difficult. Oh, I didn't mean to move forward like that. Not that it would have made any difference, it would have turned around and it would have happened anyway. Well, Pyro might get to level 40 at least quite quickly. This is worth doing magic for. Get rid of the wall. Still not enough damage. Not the right spell. Revive. They do revive, not desol. Should have remembered that. Thanks very much, Tim and Star, for the follow. Appreciated, man. Or woman. Or it. Making lots of judgments about gender there. I do love it as well, this game. It is a proper classic. I think at this stage you're thinking, oh thank god there's some different enemies, and battles are fairly easy. It's on the 4th floor out of 5 now, so we're getting quite close to the end. And I think I'm on the sort of the tail end of number 4. Number 3 was very long. Dead end. Typical. Yes, nearly at the end. The 3rd one is the longest though. It's a good game. It's a good game. I got Shining the Holy Ark as well on the Sega Saturn. And that is a very similar style. Right, might have to do some healing before I move on. Just use Pyra to use up some of the magic points rather than Milo for the time being. I'll be honest, I probably remember most of the trials off by heart. And some of the rest of the game as well, but most of the trials, you know, I tend to be able to remember it without even looking at the map. Although I do use the map spell occasionally when I get lost. Oh. I wasn't expecting that. Right, okay. I didn't do too badly against this guy last time I went against him. I think it's about 500. $460. Yes, yeah, I got Shining Force, Shining Force 2, Shining Force 3, Shining the Holy Ark, Shining Wisdom, Shining CD. I got pretty much all of them, to be honest. Although I'm very much only the Camelot games. I don't play like Shining Soul or anything like that. Never really got on with the Shining Soul games and the other ones by Atlas, to be honest. Oh, that's a shame. I mean, you can get legit copies of one on Steam nowadays, so it's pretty cheap. Yeah, on physical copy. You've obviously got the collections as well on the consoles as well. I'm not really quite sure what to do with this. I find the zombies can be quite hard hitting. Might just attack the zombies first. That one didn't die. Oh yeah, I got Golden Sun 1 and 2 on Game Boy Advance, and I seem to think they made a third one on DS or 3DS. I'm probably talking crap now. Did they make a DS one? I'm sure there was an extra one, a third one. Oh, okay. I mean, to be honest, I've never played it. I never did get it in the end. Okay, maybe that would probably definitely screw it up. I think it's a shame. Golden Sun are very good games. I remember when they first came out. Even people who weren't Shining fans enjoyed it, possibly because it came on a Nintendo machine, but a lot of people were playing it more than, say, Shining games. That was my age, because usually Shining games was a bit older. Like my older brother, his generation played more Shining Force and that. But my generation sort of didn't really play them generally. Storm Sword, have I got something extra? Have I? Is that because I haven't been looking? Oh. There we go, princess. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. To be honest, I get to the point where I forget they even drop items. Yeah, fine, I'll just get his key. There's nothing. I searched the area, there's nothing here. It amuses me you got like things like the worn robes you can collect and things like that. Completely useless to the group at this point. Do I waste magic here? I don't need to waste magic here. I'll use it on healing instead. Ah, fair enough. I was having a look at the speed run actually, and how you can manipulate the character text to give the trader items before you should get them. That's an interesting trick I'd like to try one day. If you know about the renaming of Milo and Pyra, 43 minutes. Wow, I need to have a look at that, definitely. Right, I'm pretty sure I healed before this, right? Yeah, Shining Force Central. Back in the day. We're going back quite a number of years now. Yeah, you can abuse the renaming system after you've done the 3 characters. If you keep going even on top of that, it basically screws up with this sort of registry of items for the trader. So you can then have extra items when you unlock the trader. I think you got to keep going until the trader unlocks. But after that, you can just grab a bunch of items. Right. Didn't really think this through too much. Should probably do spells. Felt like I should have the music on loud for a bit just to enjoy this this battle. I think I'll do that. Right, so that's that boss done. Fairly easy at this point. I feel like the difficulty kind of eases off near the end. I might regret those words in a bit when I get to the next boss. There we go, there's the cell key. And I think the stairs are very close to here as well. Oh, come off it. It's alright, another turn and that'll do it. There we go. I think it's about 500 HP they have. That's probably a bit of overkill, to be honest. Right. Yeah. So that's the start of floor 5. Properly. Oh, I'm gonna keep doing this, aren't I? Right, I'm gonna go rescue the princess then. I can do that at least. Ooh. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. Let off the princess. And I will move the medallion in the next trip. I think I'll be pretty safe to do it on the next trip. Okay, so to get the magic ring, I need to get rid of something. Oh. There's a dwarf key, maybe? Do I need the dwarf key at this point? Or I can just get rid of one of the angel wings and hope for the best. Might just do that for the time being. Right, that seems to be the last of that bit. Right. I definitely saved it before, right? So what I need to do now is to risk getting to the other side of this floor to put the medallion in the next fountain. It'd be too much to hope that piece will work at this stage. Maybe on the end of floor 3 it would work now. But then she is level 40 now. May well work. Oh, no, it does work here. Okay. Just thought I might try and make some tracks in this map first. I think I might do another one just for the sake of it. Probably won't better do the other side of the scene. Oh, suddenly now. Did that spell for nothing? Wow, Pyra did 72. That's pretty good. But it doesn't beat 413. Right, so if I go backwards, that should work. Okay, that was doing more damage than I thought it was going to do. Did someone get poisoned? Yes, they did. Wondering who was going purple then. Just thinking I've taken the medallion out and I could probably have used it to get another item. So I'm pretty sure I need to go backwards to get the shield at some point. Which was a bit silly of me. Just trying to think what the easiest route there would be. I might just go backwards after changing this medallion. Now I'm taking it out, I don't really want to risk going back before putting it down. Hello there, Keenan. Just trying to get as far to the end of this game as possible. So, I'm on the 4th or 5th floors. I'm getting very, very close to the end. Got a few items I still need to pick up though, yeah. Yeah, look at that scene, man. Mega Drive. Mega Drive power. Right. Now, hopefully if I get a critical hit, this boss will be dead in one hit. But it won't happen. Oh, yes it did happen. Yes. 442 damage. What luck of getting that at that point. Right, okay. Can't remember how much burst level 4 is going to do against these guys. Just trying to think whether that would be enough. Yeah. Trying to think about the best way to get to floor 3 again, whether I should go back through here or whether I should just retreat and go up, because I still need to get the light shield at some point. But for some reason I decided I was going to go this way first. I don't think it's going to be enough damage to kill them outright. Oh, it's doing a lot of damage, but not enough. Ah. One space encounter's really great on me. Ooh, Doomblade. I haven't got room for it anyway. Ah, sorry, we'll get rid of the Angel Feather for now. It's obviously going to be cursed. But I'm sure it's worth more than the Angel Feather. Right, probably end up against one of these, yeah. Pretty traditional. Round at this stage. Ah, ouch. Right, let's just kill it. Let's make sure it's dead. Let's just make sure it's working okay. There we go. Don't think the Doom Sword will be any particular use. Doomblade. Let's have a nosy about what this actually does. So this weapon, the Doomblade, that's interesting. So presumably it does do a spell or something. I'm not going to keep it. 18,000, that's not bad surely. Wow. I kind of do want to sell. Do I need the Dwarf's Key? I don't think I really do. Let's get rid of that. I can always buy it back if I really, really need it again, but don't think I do. What else do I need to get rid of? Don't know if I need the Orb of Truth anymore. Okay. Right, I'm gonna heal. And then unfortunately I'm gonna have to trawl up the labyrinth again. Oh, I better save it as well. So well and good getting the medallion in the last slot, but kind of need to make sure it's saved just in case. $50 damage by Pyra. On a regular attack as well. Oh, come off it. Level 40 now, guys. How are you getting surprised by slime? $211 damage. Oh, come off it, man. Kind of hoping that Pyra would have been able to beat those kind of things now, but not quite. I think there is a pit here, but I don't think I can use it to get any further along. There is a cell I can go into on this floor as well. I'm just trying to think of the route, whether there's any easier ways of getting through. I don't think there is. Might have to do some peace just to get through this section without boring myself to death. With these battles, which are now pretty pointless. I mean, 5,000 EXP, and I'm only getting 500 on this floor. So we'll do some peace, I think. Give peace a chance, eh? Right, I'm pretty sure I've already gone up these. Let's just double check. Ah, you're kidding me, man. Capture card's just like gone. Ah. Oh, I haven't actually gone past this bit. Great flail. It's a bit late for that, isn't it? Alright, let's just have a nosy what Great Flail does for... Oh, I could sell the sun armor. I forgot about the sun armor as well. Yeah, Great Flail was like crap by now. Right. Bad news is I probably have to like fiddle around a hell of a lot now to try and get this capture card to work again. Let's see if I can get it working in a reasonable amount of time. Right, it's looking good. Might actually work straight away. Hooray! Okay, so that was a nice easy fix. So I've only moved a few squares. Just to sort of nosy at that chest, which was really not worth it at all, really. If I'm brutally honest. Right, one of these Reapers will probably end up doing D-Soul, and they'll probably D-Soul Milo of all people. Nope. I'm glad about that. Right, you know what, I'm not suffering this. I mean, 500 XP now is nothing. Absolutely nothing. Worthless. Right. Here's the first chest I'm gonna bother picking up. Barrier ring. Right, I think that's the end of all the rings now. I think they should have been extended their stats for the floors to make it at least slightly worthwhile. Right, so we'll get rid of the sun armor. Magical properties. Does it do bolt by any chance? Yeah, that sounds about right. Right, having to go through this just so I can get to the other area. I've got plenty of magic I can waste on this piece. Right, I'm trying to think where I go from here. Down? Yeah. Just trying to think where I go from here. That'll do the job, surely. Yeah. I feel like a freeze against a salamander. Oh, come on. Right. Must be close to the cell door now. Well, technically, Retro Rewind, the Genesis is the US name for the Mega Drive, because the Mega Drive was the original Japanese name which continued in Europe. So, not trying to be an arse or anything, but technically the Genesis is a renaming of the Mega Drive. So yeah, Mega Drive in Europe and Japan. Can't remember what Brazil called it. Was that Genesis as well? It might have been. But yeah, same thing. Genesis, Mega Drive. That I wasn't expecting that. Gap. I think I've turned into the wrong corner. I'm trying to find a cell door at the moment. Well, I think it's marketing. I suppose with the Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, it depends on how much you sort of look into sort of like the words, and maybe Mega was seen as too much of a copy of Super, but in a different format, and that maybe Mega was less than Super. So Genesis stood out. It's quite normal in a lot of localization to alter names to something they think is going to be easier to sell. It does sound more exciting than Mega Drive, to be fair. Right, cell door. This is the one. This is the corridor I wanted. Ah, of course. Just dump a big giant stone man in front of me. Quite a strong one as well, so that's clearly a special area just for this. I'll try burst. I don't think it does a great deal of damage. $56. Okay, maybe not. I'm going to play it safe because I'm going to go back and heal anyway after this, so... Waste all the MP. Take him out. Yes, I think I'll just discard my current shield. It's only a steel one. It's not really worth very much. I've got plenty of gold at this point. So I will do that. Yep, it's on an original car. I'm playing with my 6-button controller. If you give me a second. We've got hang on, if I just hide the text for a second, that'll be easier. Got the case there, Mega Drive. There's the back. one player only, I'm afraid. It's not Secret of Mana. I've got a manual there as well. Obviously the cartridge is in the console. Yeah, I'm a proper console streamer. So I'm using RGB SCART that goes into a HDMI converter and then is captured through a HDMI capture device. And then I feed that back through to the TV. So although I'm streaming on my laptop, there is a bit of lag going through to the laptop, so by connecting it to the TV you get to play without lag. I'm never really quite sure why there's lag through the capture device to get to the laptop, but it probably doesn't help going through a USB connection, so I've always assumed that's something to do with it, but hey ho. I don't know that much about hardware, to be honest. That was a good hit. 463. Right. So now I've got the light shield. There's no reason for me to be there because that's like early stages area. I'm gonna sell the tat. I don't really need. Should I keep the storm sword? Don't know. I might keep it for now. I've got the ice staff as well. Don't really know if I need that either, to be honest. I don't need the giant great flail. Not worth very much anymore. Yeah, kind of a bit stuck. There isn't really anything else I can get rid of. Hopefully there isn't too many more items in the game. Otherwise I'm pretty screwed. So I'm going to heal up, save, and then I'll be on my way to the 5th floor. The 5th and final floor. So there aren't really many spells left to get. I think Pyra just needs Bolt level 4. I think that's pretty much all she needs. And maybe Muddle level 2 if she hasn't got it yet. So a few more levels for her, I think. But pretty much got everything else. Right, here we go, 5th floor. Creepy eye walls. And no real idea where I'm going. Oh, great. Well, luckily I had a surprise against them. Fair enough, I managed to kill all of them. Trying to think what's the best way of saving MP, but killing them at the same time, because to be honest I probably won't do this in one trip, so let's just whack all the monsters and get the EXP. Gold's pretty much useless at this point, don't really need to save the gold. 6,000 EXP, that's what I need. Okay, so that's a one-way door. Okay, not doing too bad so far. Feels like they do quite a bit of damage, but I'm surviving okay at the moment. Only problem I'm finding is that Pyra's attacks a bit pants now on this floor. So maybe doing some spells just to even it out. Ran away. Right, finally got to a situation where Pyra and Milo can actually take one of these out together. Don't even know whether I'm going the right way or not. I feel like I should backtrack and just see where the other way goes. Yeah, there's a few bosses now and again. You just sort of missed out on a big major one, storyline one. I'm on the final floor, the final dungeon if you like in the game. There is one item I am looking for. Because part of the storyline is you have to have the 4 equipment of light if you like. So I've got 3 of them. Got the light blade, which is a weapon. Got a light shield, which is obviously a shield, and a light helm, which is the helmet. But I haven't got the armor one yet, so I'm looking for the. Presumably, it's called light armor. That's somewhere on this floor. I believe there's another item I need to get as well, but I'm not sure if there's any special conditions for that. I can't remember. So I'm going to have to go through the whole floor, see how far I get. Medal level 2. I think there's any bolt level 4 now, and that's the final spell. Ooh, okay. So there's a new water monster. So this is like a mini boss in a sense. It's not a true boss, because they do pop up every now and again. can't remember if ice is any good against these guys. It's okay, not brilliant. There's going to be a bit of retreating around, but because it's the end of the game, there's a way of teleporting like I've done this time to get to the furthest point that you've already got to, so it's not a terrible thing to go backwards. And go back to town and heal. It's easy enough to come back to this dungeon itself, this section. Must be going wrong the entire edge of the map from the feel of it. Yeah. I'm heading east. Ooh, Centurion. Okay. I'm probably just gonna blast them with everything I got, to be honest. These guys seem to last a bit more than just a single spell worth, even though they're doing like 80-90 damage. So what we've got under chest number 1, 1,000 gold, pointless. Right, bolt and blast or burst seem to do enough between the two. Well, things like crabs sort of like come out at you and like hide behind the walls, and like the water thing, the siren. You know, there's little things like that that do come out and attack you. So there's all sorts of things that do come. There's big giant things, and here we go. There's a mimic here called Hand Eater. You do get like things coming down the corridor rushing at you. Oh, thank you very much, Miss Soderbird. No worries. So that was a mimic. Let's see if there's anything here. Magic robe, which I think is pretty pants now, to be honest. Oh, it might not be. Okay. What's she got on? She's got magic mail. So I suspect it has less defense than the magic mail, but might have some magical properties. There is a sort of spell that is semi-useful sometimes for telling what certain items do. This is for magic uses, it can't be used by hero. What's more, I feel it's blessed with power, it might have other uses. So that was pretty useless, because it doesn't actually say exactly what it was. But hey ho. Okay, so that's a blank space. I've used quite a lot of magic on that section, so I'm going to aggress out and heal. Let's just have a nosy at the armor. Yeah, it's 20 less. I can't imagine that it's particularly useful. The defense is probably better. So I'm on, wow, 221,000 gold now. It's just going mad at this point. Right. I don't know what to do. Should I sell it? I might as well sell it, because like, if I find anything else, I'm just going to end up having to get rid of it anyway. I'm still debating whether to keep the Storm Sword. I might have to get rid of the Ice Staff, actually. Do I really need the Orb of Truth at this point? No, it's just one central one. Although a lot of the storyline happens in the tavern where I've just been, and in the castle, which I can just show you in a minute. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that because I don't think I'm going to use it. I can rebuy it if I need it. So if I go to the castle, this is where most of the storyline happens when you've reached certain points in the game. And you get some hints. Although sometimes they're a bit kind of coded and doesn't make a lot of sense. Right. So I'm moving on now. See where the next area leads me. So if I go this way this time again, I haven't been good and I haven't saved it this time, did I? I don't think I went to the church in the end. So it is a cartridge. I am playing on a console, so you do have to save it in case of any failures. It very rarely crashes. You get the occasional kind of cart freezing, which I can't help very much. But it doesn't happen too often. It is a pretty repetitive game, to be fair. It is quite an early dungeon scrolling game for a Sega machine, and this company in general. They did a better version of this, if you like, on the Sega Saturn called Shining the Holy Ark, where there is multiple towns. And if you ever played Golden Sun on the Game Boy Advance, there's a lot of things in Golden Sun that was originally in Shining the Holy Ark. Unfortunately, I might need that to finish the game. It's a special weapon, I promise. But the Storm Sword looks cool, so I'm just going to keep that for as long as possible. So the main character doesn't actually get any magic, so he literally just attacks, which is pretty dull. Yeah, don't worry about it. I think it still applies. It's still relevant. Oh man. Right, I'm being careful. Milo does have a revive spell, so it's not the end of the world. But if Milo's the one that dies, that's not very helpful. Alright. I'm a bit stuck about whether I've actually got any further yet. I seem to be fighting a lot of these mini bosses. Oh, okay. This is a bit different. Thank you, Retro, for the follow. Much appreciated. I'll probably be moving on to Shining Force after this game. And if I finish this tonight, that means I might actually play Shining Force tomorrow, which would be quite fun. Which is like, not the sequel I guess, but it's the sort of the successor after this, which is tactical role-playing game as opposed to dungeon crawler. Okay. I'm gonna hit them, I think, with my area effect spells in this one. So I don't even know how hard these monsters are generally, because I tend to just kill them before they get a chance to hit me. But every level up is good. I think I need every level up. Okay, there's a lot of random little things going on here. Okay, got another magic ring. How many rings have I got? I thought I had 3 rings already. There's barrier ring. That's magic ring. And Pyra's got a heal ring and a magic ring. Right, I'm gonna go for burst again. I might just try attacking these guys, to be honest, this time. It's only 2. If I get very lucky... No, I was about to say if I get really lucky, then Milo might kill one for me, but he didn't. Right. I'm gonna do the same again. Looks like I'm doing okay for health at the moment. Pyra goes up a level. Is this going to be... No. I'm going to be bolt level 4 yet. From what I remember, these guys aren't much tougher than the ones on the other floor, so... Oh. Milo still didn't manage to beat it though. Wow. Okay, that's quite powerful. Especially twice. Right, I'm going to take a risk. Let's just keep attacking. Milo should be able to finish the job. Yeah. So I could have used heal level 4 to heal them in battle. But it's not really a lot of point. I might as well just do heal level 3, which costs a lot less. Get the same effect, but for 20 less MP. Yeah. Boost is going to increase my attack, which, if he does a critical hit, tends to kill most things. And that time we didn't hit it at all. Even Pyra managed to do 19. Come on, guys. Oh, come on. So he's trying to do status effects, which isn't working, thankfully. state effects in this game is quite random. It is frustrating when you do get hit by a status effect, but it's not constant. So there is, good chance of avoiding it. I think a lot of the party have got items that prevent status effects now as well. Oh, okay. Oh. Is there no, Ooh, that's sneaky. Have I just got stuck there? Ah. I went down a hole, I don't think I should have. Oh. Okay. Or maybe I should have. Okay, it seems to rejoin pretty close to where it was. I'm pretty sure there was a chest here, right? I was a bit okay, it's a bit further on. Round the corner. Ah. Thought that was gonna be something really good then. What? Oh, that was painful. That was not good. I'm glad they managed to hit the other two and not Milo though. Wow. Ouch. That was a bit painful there. Right, I'm going to use Pyra, I think, to heal these two guys back up. So it is a bit painful because she doesn't have heal level 3. And she never does. But it's better than wasting all of Milo's magic. So I'm sure there'll be another boss or something coming up soon. Okay, so they're back very close to where they need to be. Full health, basically. An awesome blow, 267. Plenty of damage there. So, because this is quite an early game, this is like 1991, I think. Yeah, you probably can't see it there, but it says 1991 somewhere around there. So, it is quite an early game. As you can see, the encounters are sometimes one space away, which is a bit of a pain. Even turning, so turning left, right, even though you're not moving, it checks for a new encounter on those moves as well. So you can literally turn and be in another encounter. Quite normal. It's like it doesn't do quite enough damage to kill him, but it wouldn't be enough if she was to attack herself. Ah. So that was like a mute spell screen, which prevents magic attacks or magic healing. Sometimes it runs out very quickly, sometimes it runs out after the end of the battle. I think sometimes it lingers though, which can be quite painful when you really want to heal or escape. No, I think she's alright. I think it usually clears after battle. I don't think it lingers actually. Although I could be wrong. Ouch. Yeah, this one's quite tough actually. This magic. Was that like over 100 each? Ow. Right, maybe I should have Hero go for him in future. I'll get Milo to heal them too, but I'll get Pyro to heal herself because she's got less HP. I say this, she's getting quite close to Milo, I think, actually. Yeah, not too far off Milo's HP. I don't want to waste too much magic, but probably will have to. Sometimes it's better to know whether you can just do a spell down and save the MP. This won't be my only trip to the 5th floor for sure. Main character's now up to 45. Unfortunately, because he ain't got any magic, it's pretty much a case of his attack and defense goes up, basically. Group of 4. Okay. Don't think I've gone against Deathpaw before. Not a problem. Thank you very much for the follow. And yeah, if I don't finish this tonight, I'll be finishing it tomorrow night. And if I do finish it tonight, hopefully I'll get some Shining Force on the go. Thank you very much for the follow. So I probably should have healed before I went against this. Although the first time I went against it, it was very tough and I died several times. But I'm probably okay now. It does do some heavy hits and it hits twice as well. Wow. If you can get boost on the hero and he can attack straight away, he's really good. Oh, that chest has gone black, which is a bit strange. Right, great. Not too bad for end game kind of monsters. Right, bulk to level 4. I think that means now all the spells have been unlocked. Oh, that looks a bit flashy. I think because this is a bit of a bigger group that does a lot of damage, I think I'm just going to waste some magic on that. I think I've only got really enough for Egress now, so I can leave the dungeon. So there probably won't be a lot more I can do in this segment. Dark Block. I don't really use Dark Block. I'm not really into doing cursed items at all, really. Right, I'll see if I can go any further before having to retreat. Might have to end up using last on magic on this boost. There we go. Good. I think I needed that. Oh, come off it. Probably the game's just trying to troll me now with these like silly amounts of these guys. Do a lot of damage, that's the only problem. I might just end up taking a big massive risk. Because I won't lose anything. I've only got gold now. It's not like I need the gold at all. Oh, you're taking the mick. Okay. Right. I'm gonna risk it. These are guys probably be resistant to like wind damage. Yeah, it did not do as much damage as it usually does. Getting close to death. $2,000 gold. What use is that to anyone? Ah, oh, more gold. Ragnarok. Okay, yeah, okay. I'll give you that one. That was pretty bad. Whoa. I don't think there's any EXP like loss for this, so I might as well go for it. Ah. Oh well. It's not the end of the world. So I lost half my gold, who cares? Be too much to hope for peace, would there? Oh, it does actually work on the top floor, okay. Just thinking because I'm going to have a hell of a long time going around this map again. Well, I guess that really is the end. So that is going to be it for tonight. I'm not going to be starting any more games now, but tomorrow we'll probably see the next game in the Arpal G quest, and I think that's going to be Shining Force. So moving over from Shining in the Darkness to Shining Force. I'm glad to be at the end of Shining in the Darkness, to be honest. No offense to it. It is a long game in the sense that there is a bit of leveling to do. You have to get some items, running around the same dungeons for quite a bit, but it's still a good game for 1991, which means it's 26 years now, 27 years. So, you know, it's nearly as old as me. That's pretty much going to be it for me tonight. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you very much for the follows as well. Appreciate it. And hopefully I'll be back tomorrow night with some Shining Force. Good night everyone.